Hello, everybody. Welcome in. It's Laura from Tenacious Taurus Twin Flame Tarot, and this is going to be the weekend check-in. So I'm recording this a day earlier than I normally do, but I wanted to talk about these energies. I've got a couple busy days ahead, and so I'm trying to stay ahead of the game. So keep in mind, guys, timing and energy is still fluid. We're going to talk about the astrology aspects coming up this weekend. We're going to pull some cards. This reading is not going to be sign specific, so this message may or may not resonate with you. So just take with you what does resonate, chunk the rest. Let's talk about some of this astrology going on. We've got some potent Venus energy coming through. So divine feminine, this might really affect you over the weekend. We also got some aspects with Mars. The moon's going to be transiting through Gemini and then shifting into Cancer. And so I think opportunities this weekend to really reveal your truest, authentic self. With the Venus energy forming a square to Lilith and a trine to Saturn, I think we're all kind of being collectively asked to release any shame around sexuality, releasing sexual shame. And the challenges might be recognizing people that you're connected with that do have hidden motivations. And so right now we're in this like little energy, this cocooned energy of healing self-worth, right? And so when Venus trines Saturn, this is going to make us all very much aware of what our obligations are to others. And we don't want to be obligated when it comes to a romantic partnership. We should be free at ease. But it is also the energy of taking personal accountability, right? And so it's about obtaining that proper perspective so we can improve the quality of our lives. And Venus does deal with finances, and it does deal with romantic relationships. It could be an intimate relationship or a professional relationship. And so this trine aspect really is ideal for committing to a relationship of any kind and really making those long-term financial investments. And so all relationships are likely going to benefit from this sensible energy coming through, and any newfound love or partnerships at this time would likely lead to a very long-lasting soulmate union of some sort. But then we've got the Lilith squaring it up with Venus, and so it's like this very seductive energy being drawn to the surface. Lilith has this deep innate power of understanding our primal desires, sexual desires, right? And Venus, with it ruling relationships and self-worth, there's going to be like a power struggle when it comes to balancing the hunger of your sexual desires and maybe dealing with any obligations that you have with another. And so Lilith can be this very intoxicating energy. And I feel it doesn't care for beating around the bush. And so it's this intoxicating wanting. And we're not here to own another person when it comes to these desires. And so I want to remind everybody, this energy is going to be felt within relationships, within karmic relationships. And we do need to always remember that everything starts from within, right? And so this Lilith square Venus placement is going to feel like we're out of control, especially when it comes to any power struggling issues within relationships. And so it's really important to be aware of the root cause of your insecurities that stem from these relationship issues in order to overcome the shadow side of this placement, right? And so the transits this weekend are going to bring forward this heightened experience, whether it's through sexual intimacy or tapping into the higher dimensions. And so relationships are going to feel raw. It's going to be a lot of raw primal expressions leading to richer experiences within relationships. And so if you want to experience depth within a relationship, then you're going to have to commune with your higher self. This also might lead to withdrawing away from an entanglement, a sexual entanglement with another person. And so with the moon kind of working in these energies, with the moon in Gemini conjunct Mars in Gemini preparing to go retrograde, this transit only occurs about every 2 years. So get ready for issues that got swept under the rug 2 years ago to come back up to be dealt with, especially if you have a moon in Gemini or a Mars in Gemini. And so we're going to feel this roughly throughout the weekend and a few days after the weekend. And so the moon and Mars have two very different qualities, right? And so it's this feeling of indifference or feeling like you're overwhelmed. I think it's going to be irritable. It's going to be hostile. But it's also going to lead to bold action when it comes to any turbulence. And so you're really going to want to pay attention to the energies and what's coming through this weekend. And so we're likely going to feel like super agitated, triggered. And this is going to lead to making mistakes if we're not very aware of these energies. And so the moon is always going to be responsible for our emotions and our temperament. And when it's in Gemini, it's like this back and forth, right and wrong. It's like you got the devil on the one shoulder and the angel on the other. And so this is asking us to take responsibility for our interactions and how we feel when it comes to these interactions with others within relationships. And with the moon squaring it up with Jupiter, this is really going to make us all question our beliefs in some way, shape, or form. I think we're all going to be challenged in this way when it comes to our beliefs, when it comes to our foundation of what do we value, do we have self-worth? And although this is going to be temporary, there's going to be a lot of critical moments coming up in the energies that will lead many of us to question everything, right? Maybe even question our own underlying motivations when it comes to our aspirations. And so I do feel there's going to be like this sudden shift in perspective coming through this weekend. And this shift in perspective or this source of change that's going to shift your outlook could come from people, places, or things, maybe even a simple conversation. Or maybe you're going to get triggered by something on social media or something that you see. I also want to say listening to music and flowing through the energies with music will allow you to work through any very heavy, challenging situations. It's this strong, opinionated energy, and I feel many are going to be offended. With the moon governing our inner world, I feel this is where we really go within and find these hidden desires and bring them to light. So let's jump in with the cards and see what else needs to come through for this weekend check-in. Journey to fulfillment, signs and synchronicities. So this one's come out quite a bit this week. So somebody here has been influenced, I feel, negatively influenced, and somebody is needing to take charge of their life and their destiny, and I feel the universe has been sending the signs and the syncs when it comes to taking action. So pay attention to number sequences like 333, 999 have really been sticking out for me, 777. All these numbers, these symbols, and these signs, they hold a deeper meaning. So you might want to, look up the angel number. What's the message my guides are bringing forward? Because there's always a deeper layer, a deeper meaning. So practice positivity. So this is where we have to be mindful of any negative self-talk. When we play into negative self-talk, that lowers our self-worth, that lowers our value of how we look at ourselves. And it creates all of these limiting circumstances through our own limiting behaviors. And so somebody here is stuck, is stagnant, and likely feeling energetically depleted. And there is a need to address this negative self-talk. And to shift that thought process takes conscious effort, right? So if you find yourself spiraling in a downward loop of negative self-talk, be mindful of that and shift the energy. We get the triggering, we get the dreams and empowerment. And so you might have been receiving prophetic messages in your dreams. So keep a dream journal over the weekend, but I feel get ready to be put to the test. Get ready to be triggered. And, and whenever there's an underlying trigger, it's leading you to an underlying wound in order to address these patterns with yourself and with others in relationships, right? With the Venus energy. And so get ready to address these patterns, these behaviors that need to be corrected. I also feel somebody's been getting messages from spirit conveyed to them in dream space saying, hey, it's kind of time to empower yourself. It's time to take ownership of whatever it is you've created in your reality and to make a choice, right? To make a choice, to take that step forward, maybe even to take a leap of faith in a new direction, because I feel somebody's been misguided, connected with a social circle that, you know, really has not contributed to their growth or their empowerment. And somebody's been connected to somebody or a bunch of people here that have been depleting them and keeping them stuck and stagnant. Two energies of stuck, stagnancy, depletion. And so this is where we seek out people that will contribute to our growth, to our evolution journey, to our spiritual path. And so something is coming into manifestation. But in order for this manifestation to come through, there's going to have to be some things that need to leave your life. We kind of got to make room for the new by releasing the old. So get ready to purge and cleanse a person out of your life. A very negative ninny is what I want to say, or address your own toxic, addictive patterns and behaviors. Something needs to be purged in order for something to come through when it comes to a manifestation. So somebody's attracted, whatever it is they want in their life. But like I said, we need to create this space in our physical reality for this manifestation to come through. So let's jump in with the Illumination Oracle deck next and look at that emotional vulnerability. Somebody's making plans maybe to bring forward an offer. Somebody, I feel, has been kind of lurking, right? Kind of watching from a distance, peeking, spying. Maybe somebody's recently gone through a rebirth of some sort. Somebody is deeply emotionally vulnerable, and maybe they've been making plans to share that emotional vulnerability. So let's see what needs to come through with the Illumination deck. Oh my goodness, these cards are coming out like crazy. And so we get the unhealthy patterns. So there's definitely an unhealthy situation here that needs to be addressed. Addictions. People can get addicted to food, to drugs, to sex, drugs, and rock and roll. People can get addicted to a self-pity party, right? So there's something that needs to be addressed when it comes to some addictive behaviors. Maybe there's a secret addiction here that somebody's been hiding. There's a need to release some addictions here. The long distance trip with the hopes and wishes. So I just feel like it's time to drop this baggage. Whenever I see the airplane, I always think of taking a trip on Kundalini Airways, and that's where we kind of address all of these negative patterns, and we go through the activation of the Kundalini rising so we can reach our hopes and wishes, right? And so somebody here is walking away from a very unhealthy situation, a very triggering, unhealthy dynamic here, where there's likely been some secret addictions that somebody's been withholding and hiding from another. Maybe there's been somebody secretly planning to get back on track and go towards renewing a connection from the past. This is like rebirth, right? Rising from the ashes. Revival. I'm hearing this is my revival. And so maybe somebody's been withholding bringing forward a message after they've secretly released all of these unhealthy patterns or, you know, a relationship. And so somebody's really digging in deep when it comes to releasing this past hurt, this past pain, right? And so we can't have this renewal if we're still holding on to the pain. And so there might be a huge heart chakra purge coming up this weekend. Let's see what needs to come through with the Astro Oracle deck. Oh dear, Pisces. I might be dealing with the Pisces. I feel a Pisces maybe that's just had the world recently flipped upside down, because the whole deck kind of flipped upside down. That's not going to be for everybody. But we get the 10th house that just flipped out in reverse. So somebody's not been honoring their truth, their authenticity, and somebody needs to take back their personal authority. I feel a lot of challenging energy. The 10th house is like our midhaven. It has to do with our purpose. So this is also a fated house. So fated change is what I'm feeling. Ooh, and we got somebody getting ready to take action. We got the Mars energy, action, Aries, abundance. So a lot of expansion. Beautiful. And the sun. So somebody, I feel, has been resisting taking action, maybe going towards their hopes and their dreams. It could be an Aries. It could be a masculine. This might have been somebody that walked away from you from the past, and they were hiding some very unhealthy, addictive patterns. And so they had to walk away and maybe go through a release and a renewal on their own. I feel somebody's getting back on track here. And there is going to be some messages coming through. So these could be messages from your higher self, messages from your spirit guides, or this could be like an actual message being sent. So I do feel Kundalini energy. If you notice the two snakes, I always feel Kundalini. And so I do feel somebody is expanding beyond a very stuck, triggering situation. Jupiter brings in luck and abundance, right? And the sun is where we source all of these energies from. And so this very well could be higher self messages coming in. I also feel maybe this is going to lead to a windfall, but somebody might need to take action. And now I got the crown chakra tingles all on the feminine side of my body. So maybe there is a divine feminine coming into some luck and some abundance, reaping a harvest. And this is going to bring in a manifestation maybe of a counterpart union of some sort. I'm not entirely sure, but we are going to dig in a little bit deeper with the tarot. So let's see what else needs to come through for the weekend check-in. We got a Queen of Cups, and I think she's headed straight towards victory. So there is a feminine here, very loving, compassionate. Maybe in the past she was self-sacrificing, but she ain't sacrificing anymore. She's received some psychic insights. She's learning, you know, I can care for others, but I have to care for myself first. I got to pour into my own cup before I can fill in others. Likely a card reader of some sort with the tarot deck. I feel somebody here is looking at this Queen of Cups as an angel, is kind of what I'm feeling. And there's victory here. Victory after sorrow, making a wise decision. Maybe this Queen of Cups, somebody's coming forward with some public recognition is possible. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Yeah, there's going to be a reunion. And I don't think this Queen of Cups is going to see it coming because she's not looking back at the past anymore, right? So this could be the resurgence of somebody from the past, revisiting an old romantic partnership from the past. This is going to be part of some inner child healing. A connection maybe where the two of you have spent a lot of time grieving over not being together. I feel there's a masculine coming in with an offer. And this is a divinely guided union, right? We got like the temperance angel in the background, bringing two people that are meant to be together. So get ready for somebody from the past to return. And maybe this will trigger a lot of inner child wounding as you revisit this old relationship. Somebody's being encouraged to follow their heart here. So let's do 9 cards and see what needs to come through. Oh, we got the 10 of Pentacles, the Knight of Cups, the 7 of Wands. We've got somebody coming in with an offer to lay down a long-standing burden. We got a pre-empress. And we got somebody getting a major wake-up call here. Some kind of epiphany is coming through this week on about a brand new opportunity. And there is going to be a huge release, a purge and a cleanse taking place. And somebody is stressed, riddled with anxiety, unfounded fear, likely about bringing in an offer to this 9 of Pentacles. So we got smack dab in the middle. Got a pre-empress here. Somebody very single, very, very grounded, abundant. Somebody here that is enjoying the fruits of her labors. Somebody that has worked really, really hard to build a foundation for herself, I feel. Like this is like wifey material, right? Wifey material. Very single, solitary energy, and above and below her is the Knight of Cups and the Page of Wands. So there is a pre-empress here, a very singular energy. It doesn't have to be a woman, although it's depicted as a woman on the card, that is about to receive some exciting news, that is about to be swept off of her feet. I think there's going to be a sudden, unexpected love offer coming in, a very romantic offer coming in, and this is going to make your heart flutter. I think this might lead to a new creative endeavor. So I'm kind of seeing it as past, present, and, you know, future. So there's somebody coming in standing up for what it is that they believe in. Somebody here is needing to find their confidence, I think, to challenge those that have been preventing them from maybe bringing in an offer. Could be dealing with a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Leo, Taurus. But I feel this has been a long-standing burden. Maybe this has been a connection where you've not seen this person in like maybe 10 years. Maybe they went and they built a foundation somewhere else and they've got that financial security, but there's no peace and contentment in that family structure, and they've carried this burden for a long time. Maybe it's created health issues, but there's like this epiphany that's going to lead to a magical opportunity, a new offer. And somebody, I feel, has really been reflecting, going through a period of awakening to see this in a whole new light. And so somebody's been battling in the background, I feel, maybe dealing with all kinds of accusations. And there's a lot of fear when it comes to maybe bringing in this offer. Yeah, there's a lot of fear about bringing forward an offer. And maybe this person is coming in with very little to offer. But I feel this person is ready to learn with you, to grow with you, to build a foundation with you. This is like a clean slate is what I'm feeling. And it's kind of time to get to work. So there's going to be an opportunity being presented that will lead to maybe a new foundation, maybe a new area of study, a rebirth I'm feeling. And somebody's really worried, really, really worried. And they're working through some fear-based energy. I feel somebody's been missing the signs for a while, and they're getting a wake-up call, a revelation about needing to take action and letting go of these fears. So breaking free from illusion, facing that fear, feeling the fear and doing it anyway, because I think everything is going to work out really good here is what I feel. So and maybe this will be a connection where the two of you pass on the knowledge that you've gained along your life's path. So let's look at this Knight of Cups. He's coming in for victory. He's not going to back down, and I don't think you're going to see this coming. I think maybe in the past, this person took a leap of faith and made an unwise choice. I think, this Knight of Cups is fearful. Definitely fearful of, pushing those fears aside and taking that leap of faith. There's almost like a lack of trust. Could be a water sign with Aries in their chart, and I think they've not been willing to take those steps. They've not been willing to take that leap of faith, but I think they're coming in fast. They're coming in for victory. And I think maybe this person has really struggled in a battle of wits with somebody, dealing with all kinds of conflicting, opposing opinions that need to be released, that have really hindered somebody from rebalancing a relationship. And so this Knight of Cups is coming in and standing up for what it is he believes in. Maybe he was somewhere where he couldn't see all sides of the situation, Libra energy. And I feel somebody's coming in with the utmost integrity. He's coming in with a cup of love and not a cup of bullshit. And he's coming in after an extended period of grieving, I feel. I do feel a connection where maybe the two of you met long ago, maybe 3 years ago, maybe 5 years ago, and you had to go into separation. Maybe you both had to go your own way and things didn't really turn out how you anticipated, right? For whatever reason. But there's always a hidden blessing, right? When we have to kind of separate our paths. But I do feel somebody is so afraid that if they come in with this offer, they're not going to be accepted. Maybe because this pre-empress has a lot of options coming in, right? And I think this is going to create this energy of needing to take action now. And so let's take a look at the 10 of Pentacles, the 10 of Wands, because this is completing a cycle. Maybe somebody, stayed in a family foundation trying to honor their parents' wishes or their friends' wishes. But this has been a very long burden when it comes to resisting, transforming out of a situation. I also feel there's been a lot of secret hidden desires about bringing in an offer. So I think the burden is this person has really wanted to come in and work with this Nine of Pentacles. They see her mastering her craft, doing well. This Nine of Pentacles, I feel, has an excellent reputation, an excellent public reputation. And I feel there's going to be a significant life experience that is going to shake something up when it comes to releasing a false foundation. There's this energy of breaking free from procrastination. And so I also feel maybe this Nine of Pentacles is also a high priestess. We could have a card reader here, a psychic, a healer. And somebody is like, that's my soul's desire. It's time for action. It's time to go towards this very spiritual, independent person, and I feel somebody's getting a wake-up call, and in the past they were unwilling to look at this. Maybe they were stuck, losing a lot of money in a situation, in an unrequited love situation. So let's see what this awakening is. I can hear my oldest daughter upstairs with the vacuum right now. I don't know what she's doing. Wow. Okay, so who's getting a wake-up call? A divine masculine, the emperor. So we got a boss here, we got a leader, we got a father, we got somebody utilizing their logic when it comes to taking action. In the past, I think they were immature. They you know, maybe they didn't look at love from this higher perspective, and I feel there was definitely something imbalanced here. Likely dealing with somebody that was giving to multiple people. And I feel now they want to come in with an unexpected offer to pay off some karmic debt. And I feel they're coming in passionate, confident, charismatic. I think this person is restless when it comes to taking action. I think somebody's getting ready to take immediate action. Unexpected arrival. You're not going to see this coming. And this masculine is taking charge of a situation, and he wants to accept a leadership role. This is a true pair. And I feel this emperor wants to come in and maybe scoop this Nine of Pentacles up before somebody else does. And they're coming in with maybe an offer of commitment. Perfect time to start a new relationship, right? And so unity-minded, working together, maybe within the spiritual community. The emperor and the empress rule empires, right? And so business owners of some sort. I think somebody's receiving the answers that they need when it comes to going towards what's best for them, and they've been in denial. They have been in denial, right? About maybe wanting to work on this foundation. And so I also feel somebody here that's mastered her skills and her crafts. She's living a pretty good life. And I feel somebody wants to come in for a higher level of commitment, and this is divinely guided action being taken. Taurus energy. So let's see what's being released. So I feel somebody's been extremely struggling with some financial issues. That's that energy of Mars and Gemini, looking at things as black and white. And so there's been a holding on of a false foundation that I feel is being released. Yeah, and there is going to be an unexpected choice in love. And I feel the situation that's being released is, you know, this masculine's been bored, discontent, received poor advice. He's not been communicating clearly, but he's getting ready to maybe sever some cords. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, to make that unexpected choice in love and to have faith in the future. So going towards healing, going towards wish fulfillment, and I think coming out of self-denial. This masculine has not been emotionally connected for a long time, I feel. He's not been speaking up, and I feel he's been facing all kinds of challenging times and ready to end those challenges. I think we're about to reach the light at the end of the tunnel, right? Coming in with love, trustworthy, honorable, coming in with truth, coming in as that boss, as that leader. This is going to be somebody that you can completely trust. Remember we saw the Queen of Cups earlier. So we got Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, strong Gemini, Pisces, Libra. Somebody, I think, has hidden these intentions, these emotions for a long time. So this might be a very emotional conversation coming in. But somebody, I think, wants their dreams to come true. And this is positive change through the challenges after a very conflicting, dramatic situation. I feel somebody was battling some views of their ego, and that was likely reflected in a very dramatic outward situation that's likely coming to an end because somebody's getting ready to stand up for themselves and to come in and plant those seeds. The Knight of Pentacles, you know, plans carefully, thinks long and hard. I think somebody's really been in the depths of some inner shadow work. I think now is the time to plant those seeds, to take action. Somebody's really planned carefully before taking action, and they've been apprehensive about taking action. But they're coming in loyal and dedicated. They know it's time to get things going. And this is, you know, somebody's guardian angel saying it's time to plant these seeds. And I think they're releasing a Queen of Wands in reverse where there is no love left. It's unrequited love. Maybe they've been dealing with somebody that's been trying to control them from taking action. And I feel maybe they've underestimated just how malicious, controlling, and dramatic this person has been. But I feel there's no love left here. This was a very dramatic emotional experience, and somebody's getting control of their emotions and they're leaving that behind. They're going towards success, and they're finding their determination and their willpower to go after what it is that they really want. And I feel this is going to lead to some exciting news and new opportunity. This is going to fuel your passions again, and I feel somebody coming in to finish something that was started. So within 9 days, and maybe within 9 months, this will lead to an engagement of some sort. So let's look at this Nine of Pentacles, because I feel she's sitting pretty. She's like dead central. She's the topic of the energy this weekend is what I'm feeling. And oh my freaking God, the Empress, the Two of Pentacles, wise counsel. So it is time to take action. It is time to take action, I feel. So there's like this major rebalancing happening this weekend. There is a divine counterpart union coming together. And this is not going to compare to any other relationship that you have ever had, is what I'm feeling. And so you're going to have to trust. Somebody is being guided to release this juggling act, this indecision. I think there was game playing in the past. When the Justice card comes out, it means there was an injustice. Somebody, I feel, has carried this heavy burden on their heart for a very long time. And there is two people that are meant to be together coming together this weekend, and it will be successful. It will lead to prosperity, abundance, and maybe even a new creative business adventure. And this is what is best for you. So pay attention, because there's been lies, there's been secrets, there's been a lack of communication, and it's kind of time to cut to the chase, to consciously choose to clearly communicate, concisely communicate, and come in and work on this situation. There's going to be an unexpected arrival. Somebody's been really going within when it comes to some self-discovery, and now they're focused, they're driven, they're decisive, and maybe even a little bit defensive. The Knight of Swords can be defensive, but they're going to learn all they can about maybe building a foundation with this person. And I think there's going to be an event or a shakeup that's going to get somebody moving forward with great speed. They're not going to play into emotional responses. It's not about the feelings. It's about the facts. It's about the lack of truth, and reviewing these options, and sudden shakeup. Because the light's getting shone down on a situation, and somebody's coming in and they're ready to work on this. And it's like their spirit guides are saying it's action time. It's action time. So I think get ready for an epiphany that will lead to a magical opportunity. So let's get one last message or a couple last cards with the Crystal Stone deck. What else can you tell me about this energy? Find your tranquil place. So I feel two people that have a lot of ancient wisdom. And it is this judgment energy. Somebody is very much vulnerable, I feel. They've had some negative associations, and maybe there's been resentment. Maybe somebody's been holding on to resentment. Maybe it's that Queen of Wands reverse. She can be resentful, bitter, vengeful, and maybe holding something against this masculine. But there's two old souls here. And I think it doesn't really care when it doesn't really matter what anybody else thinks about you. Don't care about what anybody else thinks about you, because I think there is a supernatural synchronistic connection here. Somebody is being redirected back on path, and I don't think they're going to see this coming. Whether you don't see this offer coming or you don't see this shakeup coming, but I feel somebody's had a big problem that logic just isn't going to solve, and somebody's about to blow the lid off a toxic situation to go towards this supernatural connection. And so I think somebody's going to have a big idea when it comes to their big dreams, and they are ready to get their grind on and to create the tomorrow of their dreams today. And so somebody is going to come forward with some very pure intentions, and I think they're coming for this Empress because they see her greatness, and they feel like the heat is on. The heat is on. And so I do feel somebody has lost their voice. They've been holding on to a contract that's long past the expiry date. And maybe they've let a lot of people down by staying in this contract. They've been playing into overly dramatic situations. And somebody needs to speak clearly from the heart. Can't hold on to this unspoken burning desire, because there's fire burning up here. Somebody's running hot, and they're running hot straight towards this pre-empress, empress. And that's what I got, guys. I hope this helped. I hope this resonated. If you would like to book a personal or a soulmate reading with me, check out the description box below, guys. And I do look forward to seeing you all again next time. Thank you.